Ladies and gentlemen, let's get one thing straight. No one cares about you. Not really. They care about what you can give them, how you can serve them, how you can make their lives easier. The moment you stop being useful, you stop existing. That's the truth they don't want you to see. They dress it up in pretty little lies, family, friendship, loyalty. But in the end, everyone is just looking out for themselves. And you're just another piece on their board. But here's the thing about the board. It only works if you follow the rules, if you stay in your place, if you keep pretending that being a pawn is noble. But pawns don't win the game. Pawns get sacrificed. And I don't know about you, but I'd rather flip the board than play a game where I'm meant to lose. They'll tell you to be patient, to wait for your turn, to work hard, to be good, and someday you'll be rewarded. But someday never comes. The ones at the top, they don't play fair. They don't follow the rules they set for you. They take what they want, when they want, and laugh while you struggle to climb a ladder they keep pulling higher. So tell me, why are you still playing their game? Why are you still waiting for permission to live, to fight, to take? They won't hand you anything. They never have. The only ones who get what they want in this world are the ones ruthless enough to reach out and take it. They call it greed. They call it selfishness. But what do they call their own hunger, ambition, success, drive? Funny, isn't it? The same actions but different words. It's only wrong when you do it. When they do it, it's justified. When they lie, steal, manipulate, it's strategy. When you do it, you're the villain. Fine. Be the villain. Be the nightmare they whisper about. Because the truth is, they don't fear monsters. They fear competition. They fear someone who isn't shackled by their illusions. Someone who sees the game for what it is and refuses to play along. And that's real power. And you know what's funny? They thought the pain would break you. They thought if they pushed hard enough, if they twisted the knife deep enough, you'd just lie down and take it. But here you are, standing in the ruins of everything they tried to destroy, and guess what? You're still breathing, still walking, still fighting. Because that's what they don't understand. They don't understand that some people are born from fire, that some people don't die in the dark, they thrive in it. You've become something else now, haven't you? Not the weak, soft version of yourself they used to know. No, you've become sharp, ruthless, a force that cannot be stopped. You've looked pain in the eye and said, "Is that all you've got?" And now when you move like a storm, like lightning in a bottle, controlled but deadly. And why shouldn't you? Why shouldn't you use that darkness, that fury they gave you? They fed that monster inside you, and now that it's awake, they act surprised. But they should have known. You can only push someone so far before they stop bleeding and start fighting. Before they stop crying and start roaring. And now you roar, don't you? You roar so loud they tremble when they hear you coming. And good. Let them tremble. Let them feel the fear they once shoved down your throat. Let them taste their own medicine. Because you've learned now that kindness, real kindness, starts with being cruel to those who tried to break you. You've learned that sometimes the only way to survive is to become what they fear. And what's wrong with that? Why should you always be the one to suffer, to take the hit, to fall? Not anymore. Now you rise. Now, you fight for every inch they tried to take. You tear down their walls, you break their chains, and if they cry, if they beg, let them. Let them feel what you felt, because you tried, didn't you? You tried to be good, you tried to forgive, to love, to give second chances, and all they did was spit on you. So now, no more chances. Now it's war, now it's your turn. You'll give them the same mercy they gave you. None. You'll give them the same kindness they offered you. Nothing. And isn't that fair? Isn't that what they asked for? You became what they made you. You became the darkness they fed. And now you're using it. Now you wear it like a crown. And if they don't like it, they should have thought about that before they lied, before they stabbed you in the back, before they laughed while you bled. But now the game is over. Now you've taken back the power. Now they can't touch you. Now they fear you. And don't you dare feel bad for that. Don't you dare shrink to make them comfortable. You've earned this power. You've earned every scar, every piece of steel in your soul. And now you're free. Free from needing their approval. Free from begging for love. Free from caring about their opinion. Because once you stop caring, you become untouchable. Once you stop trying to be good for them, you realize you were never bad. You were strong. Stronger than they could ever handle. And now you're unstoppable. Now you're a force of nature. You've become everything they said you couldn't be. Everything they feared you would become. And that's the best revenge, isn't it? Not screaming, not crying, but rising, becoming powerful, becoming great, and you already are. Look at you, standing tall in the storm they created, smiling through the chaos. They thought they were breaking you, but all they did was forge a warrior, a beast, a king, a queen, a ruler of their own destiny. So take your crown, take your throne. This world is yours now. Let them watch as you rise. Let them choke on their regret, because now you see clearly. Now you know who they are. And more importantly, now you know who you are. And you are everything they fear, everything they could never be. You are fire, you are shadow, you are unstoppable. And you will never be small again, never bow again, never break again. So go ahead, walk through their lies, burn down their fake worlds. And as you walk, remember this: you are power, you are storm. You are the darkness that refused to die. You are the echo of every scream they forced from you, now turned into a roar that shakes the earth. And if anyone tries to stop you, if anyone tries to chain you again, show them. Show them what it means to survive. Show them what it means to rise from the ashes. Because you are not done yet. No, you're just getting started. You have battles to win. You have empires to build. You have a throne to claim, and you will. Because no one can stop a soul that's tasted fire and lived. No one can cage a heart that's learned to fight. So fight, rise, be ruthless, be kind to those who deserve it, and merciless to those who don't. You are both the hero and the villain now. You are the savior and the storm. And that's the secret they never wanted you to know. That you don't have to choose. You can be both. You can be good and dark. You can be light and shadow. You can be everything. And that's your power. That's your weapon. So smile because you made it. Smile because they failed. Smile because now it's your world, your rules, your time. And if they don't like it, well, let them choke on that too. Because now you are the nightmare they can't wake up from, the storm they can't outrun, the darkness that will never fade. And from this day on, you will never again apologize for surviving, never again apologize for being strong, never again apologize for being you, because you are the fire that keeps burning, the shadow that keeps walking, the warrior that keeps fighting. And if that makes you the villain in their story, good, because you are the hero of your own. And this, my friend, is only the beginning. The weak love to talk about fairness, about kindness, about playing the game the right way. But let me ask you something. Who made the rules? Who decided what's right and what's wrong? It wasn't you. It was the ones at the top. The ones who already had everything. They built the game so that no matter how hard you try, no matter how much you struggle, you will never win. But the real joke, they convince you that losing is noble, that suffering is honorable, that if you endure long enough someday, someone will come along and reward you. lies. No one is coming to save you. No one cares about your struggle. They will watch you break, watch you fall, and when you are no longer useful, they will step over your corpse without a second thought. So why are you still waiting? Why are you still playing by their rules? Do you think if you just work harder, just be better, they will finally let you in? They won't. They never will. Because they don't fear good people. They fear powerful people. You see, power doesn't corrupt. Power reveals. Give a man power, and you will see his true face. The kindest man will become a tyrant. The meek will become cruel. And the righteous, they will become the very monsters they claim to fight against. But you are different. Because you have already seen the truth. You have already stepped into the darkness and realized that it is not your enemy. No, the darkness is your friend. It is the only thing that never lied to you, never betrayed you, never pretended to be something it's not. The dark doesn't judge you. It doesn't demand that you be something you're not. It simply is. And once you embrace it, once you own it, you will never be a prisoner again. Because the world only respects one thing: strength, not patience. Strength. So stop apologizing. Stop hesitating. Stop waiting for permission to exist. Take what's yours. Rip it from the hands of those who swore you would never have it. They will call you selfish. They will call you ruthless. Let them. Because the only people who demand that you stay weak are the ones who benefit from your weakness. They want you to be controlled. They want you to be predictable. Because predictable people don't rise. Predictable people don't change the world. But tell me, when has the world ever been changed by those who obeyed? By those who waited? By those who did as they were told? Never. History belongs to those who take. Those who refuse to kneel. Those who rewrite the rules. And you were never meant to follow. You were never meant to fit in. You were meant to break them. So break them. Take what's yours. Become the nightmare they whispered about. Because the only real sin in this world is being powerless. They say the world is built on hope, but hope is just a lie they sell to keep you quiet, to keep you obedient. Hope is the carrot they dangle while they tighten the chains, and you're too busy chasing it to notice you're being led straight to the slaughter. I've seen the truth, the ugly, rotten truth they try so hard to hide. It's in every empty promise, every fake smile, every handshake that feels like a trap. They pretend they're building a better world, but all they're really building is a graveyard. And they don't care who they bury to get what they want. They look down at us from their ivory towers, safe and smug, thinking they're untouchable, thinking their wealth and power will shield them forever. But forever is just another lie, and every tower falls eventually. They've built their thrones on the backs of the broken, on the suffering of the helpless, and they call it progress. Progress. What a joke. Progress is just destruction dressed up in a suit and tie, and they wear it so well, don't they? They pat themselves on the back while the world burns around them, and they call it success. But success isn't real, not when it's bought with blood, not when it's built on lies. I've seen the price they pay, and it's always someone else who gets the bill, but not anymore. Oh no, not anymore. I've waited in the shadows, watched them grow fat and lazy, blind to the storm that's coming. They think they're safe because they've always been safe, but safety is an illusion, just like their power, just like their control. They've spent so long building their empires that they've forgotten what it's like to bleed, to hurt, to feel the weight of their own sins. But I'll remind them. I'll strip away their illusions, tear down their walls, and show them what they really are: cowards hiding behind wealth, monsters pretending to be men. Oh, they'll fight, of course. They'll cling to their lies, to their power, to the idea that they're better than the rest of us. But it won't matter. Lies crumble under the weight of the truth, and power is meaningless when there's no one left to rule. They'll see what I see, feel what I feel, and it will break them, because deep down they already know. They know they're the problem, the sickness eating away at the world, but they're too scared to admit it. So they pretend, they distract themselves with more, always more, thinking they can outrun the truth. But you can't outrun what's already inside you. They call it madness. I call it clarity. Because once you see the truth, you can never go back. You can never unsee the chains wrapped around your wrists, disguised as duty, tradition, morality. They convinced you that being good meant being weak, that being kind meant being used. And you believed them. Of course, you did. You were raised on their stories, their rules, their fragile little lies. But tell me, what did obedience ever bring you? A pat on the head, a slow death in a system that never cared about you. Look around. Do you see the heroes they promised? Do you see justice? No. You see greed wrapped in gold. You see cowards hiding behind laws they wrote for themselves. The strong take, the weak serve, and the world keeps spinning, pretending it makes sense. But it doesn't. It never did. It's a rigged game, and the only way to win is to stop playing by their rules. So what will you do? Will you sit there waiting, hoping, wishing? Or will you stand up and take what's yours? Because here's the truth they don't want you to know: there are no rules, no limits, no lines you cannot cross. There is only power, and those too afraid to claim it. And fear. Fear is the greatest leash of all. They keep you in line with fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of consequences. But what happens when you stop being afraid? What happens when you realize that fear is nothing but a shadow, a trick of the mind? You become free, bend arrogance, and nothing terrifies them more than a person they can no longer control. Ah, control. That's what it's always been about, hasn't it? They don't want you thinking for yourself. They don't want you questioning. They want you quiet, obedient, predictable. Because a mind that dares to question is a mind they cannot cage. A mind that refuses to kneel is a mind that will burn their world to the ground. And maybe that's exactly what needs to happen. Maybe the world they built needs to burn. Because tell me, what has this world ever done for you? Has it given you peace? Has it given you happiness? Or has it just taken until there was nothing left? They used you. They shaped you into what they needed. A cog in their machine. A pawn in their war. A nameless, faceless, forgettable thing. But you are not forgettable. You are not replaceable. You are more. But they don't want you to know that. They don't want you to wake up. Because the moment you do, their game is over. And they need this game. They need you asleep, following, obeying. Because without their control, they are nothing. So wake up. Break the chains. Let them call you wicked. Let them call you ruthless. Let them fear you. Because fear is respect in its purest form. Because the only ones who call you cruel are the ones who can no longer use you. And if they call you a villain, then wear the name like a crown. Because the difference between a villain and a hero, it's just a matter of who's telling the story. They called you weak, didn't they? Said you didn't have what it takes. Laughed in your face, dismissed your dreams. Threw your hopes into the dirt and stomped on them like they were nothing. But you remember, don't you, every insult, every doubt, every time they looked at you like you were less than them. But they were wrong. And now, it's your turn. The fire inside you didn't die. It grew. It learned. It waited. And now, it's time to let it burn. Because you are not what they said you were. You are not the failure they wanted you to be. You are the storm. The reckoning. The hand that reaches out from the abyss and drags them into the darkness they feared. They wanted to see you broken. But instead, they will see you rise. They will see you take everything they tried to deny you. And the best part, they won't even understand how it happened, because they never paid attention. They never saw what was growing beneath the surface. The hunger rage, the cold, unshackable will. They thought you were just another dreamer, just another fool who would fade away when the world pushed back. But you didn't. Oh no, you adapted. You learned their rules, and then you rewrote them. And now they don't get to look away. Now they don't get to ignore you. Now they have to watch as you carve your name into their world, as you take what is yours with a smile they can't erase. Power was never about who deserved it. It was about who was willing to take it. And you were willing. More than that, you were ready. You suffered enough. You bled enough. And now, the world will know what it means to underestimate you. They will see the monster they created, the force they mocked. They wanted you silent, but now your name will be carved into their nightmares. Let them talk. Let them whisper in fear. Let them try to stop you. It's too late. You are no longer just a person. You are a storm, and storms do not ask for permission. They simply take. Oh, now you're starting to get it, aren't you? That little spark in your eye, that tremor in your hands. It's not fear. No, no, no. It's excitement. It's the thrill of finally seeing the world for what it is. A game. A twisted, beautifully broken game where the only ones who win are the ones who stop pretending they care about the rules. And you? Oh, you're done pretending, aren't you? See, they want you to believe in order, in structure, in consequences. But consequences only exist for those who still think the system matters. You step outside of it, and suddenly you're free. That's the trick they don't want you to learn. That's the joke they're all afraid of. Because the moment you stop caring, the moment you shrug off their little chains of morality, of expectation, of civility, you become something they can't control. And control, oh darling, that's all they ever wanted. They don't care if you're good. They don't care if you're bad. They just care that you stay predictable, that you stay in your place, that you don't color outside the lines. But tell me, where's the fun in that? You see, you've spent your whole life playing by their rules, hoping they'd let you win. But the house always wins, sweetheart, because the game was never meant for you. It was built to keep you running, chasing, begging for scraps while they sit on their thrones and laugh. But now it's your turn to laugh. Because you've figured it out. You've finally seen through the illusion. You know that power isn't given, it's taken. That fear isn't something to run from, it's something to use. That madness, oh, that delicious little voice in your head. It's not a curse, it's a gift, it's freedom. And freedom, my dear, is the one thing they'll never forgive you for. Because a free person, a truly free person, that's their worst nightmare. Someone who doesn't bow, someone who doesn't kneel, someone who looks them dead in the eye and says, I don't care about your rules. I don't care about your judgment. I don't care about you. Oh, watch them panic when you say that. Watch them scramble to put you back in your little box, to shove you back into the role they wrote for you. Because if you don't play your part, the whole story falls apart. But that's exactly what we want, isn't it? We want the collapse, the ruin, the glorious, chaotic symphony of everything they built burning to the ground. And the best part, you won't even need to lift a finger. Just stand there, smile, let them know that you see them, that you see through them, that you know the joke now. And the joke is this: there never was a game. There never were rules. There was only the illusion. And once you see through it, once you truly let go, oh darling, you win every single time.